That fucking Franklin is working my last damn nerve. Like, nigga, you still green after all that shit? I am your girl, Talisa Rae. Welcome back to my channel. Honey, we are reviewing Snowfall Season 1, Episode number 6. It's called, A Long Time Coming. If it's your first time visiting my channel, go ahead, become a ray of sunshine by clicking the subscribe button. Since you're there already, click the notification bell so you're alerted of all the videos that I have to come. And then if you are a ray of sunshine already, you know what it is. We family for real. So let's just recap what happened in episode 5, the episode that was super late, which makes me late on this one, but next week I'm back on time and on track and on task. So in the last episode, it was based or it was the 4th of July, right? It was the 4th of July. Teddy and Alejandro were stranded in the fucking desert based on a decision that Teddy made. Eventually, Alejandro wakes up. They fly out of the desert, the Mexican desert, and head back to LA. Also, Lucia and Pedro also ends up meeting Lucia and Pedro's family and becomes inserted into that drug cartel and begins to work for them. We haven't seen it yet, but that's the premise behind it. But also, we also say, okay, listen, I need to be a mutual partner. I didn't kill 2 people. Like, he telling them, I'm the man. Y'all ain't putting in no work. Yeah, you did the money, but I'm putting in all the work, and I'm the one that's taking the chances, especially with this bitch-ass Pedro. And they better watch Ramiro, because it looks like Ramiro is watching them. Like, something just ain't right. Yeah. Then you've got Mr. Franklin. Franklin at this time was out of the dope game, right? He wasn't selling any drugs. He was missing something, went and looked for his dad, bailed his dad out, found out that his dad ain't shit. You understand what I'm saying? He also got beat up by the police. I mean, what is it? Unnecessary excess force, whatever. Too much force, police brutality for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't have to do all that. Right. You need some anger management classes. Finally, to end up saying, you know what, I'm going to get back in the game. Mama, I'm going to make sure we going to be all right. My daddy ain't shit. I'm the man of the house. I'm going to make sure we okay. Okay, so we caught up. That was pretty much the premise of episode 5. But episode 6, a long time coming. See, now I told y'all last review that the 3 were going to start intertwining in the next few episodes to come. As you can see in this one, it's starting. It's starting. You remember Oso and Franklin knew each other. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going to try. No, I'm not. Let me not lie. I was going to try to go, you know, scene by scene, but they jump around too fucking much for me to go scene by scene. So I'm going to just do what I normally do. Let's talk about Teddy and Alejandro. So they are back in LA. Teddy picks up the phone, checks on Alejandro, says, hey, everything went well with Avi, but Lucia, I gave her 48 hours to come up with the money before she can get new product. But in the meantime, find us some more people. Back up. When we open up the episode, what we see is a young white girl posting missing flyers of a Christine. What's her name? I guess it really ain't that important. Christine somebody. And I was looking at it like, she looks familiar. Who is this chick? Didn't dawn on me till later. So, Teddy tells Alejandro, I'm going to DC. Try and find us another buyer because I don't think Lucia is going to come through. And the reason he's going to DC is because Alejandro is all like, I'm not a drug dealer. Like, the only reason I'm doing this is so that I can get guns so that we can fight the war in my country. We need to fight the rebels, or are they the rebels? Whatever. We need to fight in our country. We need the guns, and this is how the guns are being funded, through the drugs, right? So I wonder too, maybe the Nicaraguans stopped getting the guns, and that's how all those that mysterious train full of fucking guns came into LA in the 80s. Y'all know about that? Y'all not from LA, but do y'all know about that? If you are from LA, you remember that? Anyway, it just pulled up, the freight opened up, and it was a free-for-all for guns out in I want to say out near Watts, out that way, Watts, you know, and then they just came out and picked them up. They like made them available to us. Anyway, y'all remember that? Y'all don't remember that. Okay, look it up on the internet. I'm gonna look it up too, because it's true. I digress. So Teddy's purpose is twofold. One, he is feeling some kind of way. He's missing his baby mama and his kid. And he needs to make do on his promise to Alejandro to bring guns into Nicaragua in exchange for the coke that's funding the U.S. war. Okay, that's the premise behind it. So he goes to D.C. He meets with the higher up. The higher up is all like, you look like shit. You told me you can handle it. What's going on? You can't handle it. And he's all like, I can, but I need these guns to be expedited. It's just that simple. Dude's all like, you seem like you were I heard you got into some trouble. And I'm trying to remember when he got into some trouble, because really Teddy is a G. Teddy handled his shit in Nicaragua by himself. Teddy ain't afraid of Alejandro. Even if he is really. He know he's in over his head, but he ain't busting a sweat because he's CIA, and that's what they do. But so I was wondering what he was talking about. Got into some trouble, and do you need some help? No, Alejandro is his help. Even though they don't see eye to eye, I think now they have a relationship after that near-death experience, and Alejandro saw that Teddy took good care of him, and Teddy realized he fucked up, you know what I'm saying? And that, you know, he didn't trust him, and he feels like at that point, maybe I can. So, longer story shorter, Teddy goes and he sees his baby mama. He calls her, and she's all like, I'm not with the bullshit. If I let you come by, don't be with no bullshit. You know, I don't have time for it, and I don't know if I want to get back with you or not. Come and ate with Thai food. When they get there, we see Teddy fucking the shit out of the baby mama on the kitchen table. Honey, he is getting it in. She is enjoying it. Feet grabbing onto the damn chair. Y'all had that kind of good sex before? I mean, were you really trying to get it? And it's like, it's been a long time. I'm so glad to see you. Yeah, scratch that itch, because pressure busts pipes. But but they're enjoying themselves. And after that, then she wants to have the conversation. You know, fuck me good. And then let's talk about whatever the fuck else we want to talk about. Because we see that she wants to be with him. Teddy has had a change of heart and wants to be with her. But she's all like, I'm going to give you a second chance, but I'm not with the bullshit. I need for you to be honest with me, to be upfront when I answer the phone. When I call you, answer the phone. And I just want to know something. Does she really think that's realistic? He's not going to always be able to answer the phone right away. Whatever. So he ends up giving her another shot. Here's the thing. Remember the chick at the beginning? Posting the flyers? This is where it got good to me. You remember how Teddy kept asking Alejandro, was anybody else there when the other agent overdosed? And he kept saying, no, 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 no. She wasn't. There was no one else there. And we saw that there were 2 other women. And, you know, honestly, my naive ass just thought he let them go because they were part of the game. But we found out when he saw the missing photo of Kristen, he stared at it, and Teddy was like, do you know her? He was like, yeah, she's one of the ladies I killed. So he killed the 2 ladies in the front. You know what's fun? In the beginning of the season, in episode 1, it's funny, they never alluded to it. I wondered where they went. I didn't think that he killed them. I just thought that they were part of the game, and you know what the game is if you in that life. But he killed them. They were just party girls, and he killed them. So, boom, pop, there you have it. So now let's talk about also Lucia and Pedro. We don't see Pedro at all this episode. This episode is really surrounded around Oso and Lucia, honey, and their budding relationship, because it's going to happen. I thought it was going to happen this episode. Oso is going to get some of that good old punani. Some of her old kunche. He going to get some of that, and she going to give it to him, and give it to him good too. Y'all just wait and see. So we see them for the first time going in a hospital looking for someone, and they're alluding that they've been at hospital looking for a guy named Manny that also had a relationship with previously. When they see him, they tell him, hey, hook us up with your Mexican gang friends that sell drugs. I've got these keys that we need to get rid of, and we need your help. Manny is all really like, fuck you, Oso. You left me dead for the most part. We don't know what happened. They're not telling us yet, but you know that they will tell us what their relationship is like. Because really, Manny might have a vendetta because whatever it is, he was like, when things get rough, be careful. When things get rough, Oso leaves your ass. You know what I'm saying? So, Manny is sick, terminally ill. He has a chronic condition, and they plead to that side of him making sure he can take care of his doctor bills, making sure that his family is set when he goes on to be with the Lord. It works, because at first Manny's all like, fuck you, what's in it for me? You know, and they did it. That's what did it. We're going to make sure your bills get taken care of, because these vatos, these essays, they're not going to take care of your bills. And one of them going to fuck your girl, because she going to need some help. Pretty much, that's pretty much what it is. So they're all like, set up a meet. We go to the Mexican gang's house, right? Now listen, I think that that's probably like 18th Street gang. I'm going to just be honest, like that's who they are eluding, that these Mexicans are. But whatever, you didn't hear that from me. I ain't the one to gossip. So, 18th Street gang is a real gang. Like back in the 80s and the 90s, they was something to be reckoned with. I haven't heard much about them lately, but they used to be like, yeah, that whole black and brown beef that they showed was real, okay? You was like, ooh, wouldn't have been me talking about I'm going to be dating me a brown fella. No. It was really a big beef. I digress. So we see them and they go, and the head of the gang tries out the product. And he's all like, oh, it's pretty good. Lucia's like, it's pure. It's the best you're going to get. Blase. In walks, I guess maybe the second in command. And he is checking Lucia out from head to toe. And it's like, does this Chiquita, does she come with the package? Also, you can see him like boiling under his skin, like, nigga, back up. You know, essay, back up off her. You know, everybody's watching. They think that shit is a little funny, a little hilarious, because, fuck. He's all like, we get what we want. This is my house. You in my shit. You in my territory. And anything that's in my house is mine now. So, Oso ain't no punk. We know that. He tells him, man, back up. Vato, essay. Get the fuck off of her, bendejo. Like, you know, move. She goes behind him for security because she knows that he is going to protect her. And as badass as Lucia is, she knows that she cannot take that big ass nigga. He will probably bust her wide open. Yeah, her vagina. If he, you know, raped her. We know that these directors are not afraid of rape scenes, okay? We already have made that clear in episode number 3. They're not afraid to allude to someone being raped, okay? So, I mean, it really, as much as horrifying and debilitating as that scene was, I could appreciate the reality of it, knowing that that is exactly what happens in real life. So, also, it's all like, nah, man, leave her alone. Leave her the fuck alone. Well, big dude's like, let's fight. Let's brawl. Let's get it. He's like, oh, shit, well, don't worry. They get up. He goes. Lucia looks at him and says, beat his fucking ass. I'd rather be dead than have these vatos fuck me. We see them outside and they are chunking him. And in the beginning, it looks like Oso is getting his ass beat. You hear me? Toe up. Like, damn, Oso. Like, really? You ain't got no skills? When they come apart, I guess it was probably part strategic too. But I think the thing that triggered it is the way that old boy looked at Lucia after he sniffed that coke off his hand. Looked at her like, yeah, bitch, you mine. Shit, Oso was like, nah, that's my bitch. Even though it ain't been said yet, he ain't never touched her. It's unspoken. She's his. He whooped his motherfucking ass. Do you hear me? He couldn't get another hit in edgewise. hope it was good for you because that was it. I'm gonna knock your punk ass out. Like, I was all here for that. Like, and the reason was because I'm all for a man, you know, standing up for me and protecting me. I would hope that he would never have to do that. But that shit was a turn on. I still need them to clean him up. Like, he could look a whole lot better if they would clean him up and quit having him look like he came straight from across the border. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I just need them to clean him up. I don't want to see him. Fuck it. I said it already, okay? So, when he wins, he tells the head Mexican gang person, was that ball big enough, balls enough for you? And he was like, yeah. So, how much? Now, if you remember, because I skipped a part, if you remember, Oso and Lucia were back at the house. And she was like, how much are they going to give us? And we have 13 point whatever kilos left. How much are they going to give us for them? He also don't know shit. He was like, I don't know. And since I'm right here, let's talk about that scene. You see that she has a connection with him. She brings out that tequila, wants him to take a shot while he's rewinding that tape up. He's at first like denying it. At first I was like, well, damn, does Oso not drink? Is he not a drinker? Like, is he in recovery? Like, what's going on? Like, huh? Like, cause that shit did go in his system real quick. Like, is he like clean all the way? Well, we see that he ends up he puts the tape on. He ends up having a drink with her and picks her up and dances with her very closely, very intimately. I really did like that. She liked it too. So let's go back to at the Mexican gang's house. He's all like, how much per key? He was like $19K per key. Remember now, they got the same drugs. They got the same shit, except for she is the direct supplier versus Avi to Franklin. You understand what I'm saying? So he says $19K. Remember, Franklin sold his for $16. That's $3K up more. Like, yes. Sold it to Claudia for $16. And Claudia, remember, busted him down like, you need to make sure you give me a deal. And I think she now getting them for $15. But y'all remember that? I was like, run that money, okay? So he said, now we need to go in, talk logistics, and then we party. Everybody walks away. They go into the house. Now, I'm not going to talk about the last scene because that scene intertwines with our boy Franklin. Let's talk about Franklin's green ass. Like, I like Franklin. I really, really like Franklin. And I'm really, really ready for them to, he don't have to be hard, you know what I'm saying? He don't have to be the toughest dude on the street. He don't have to be none of that. But he needs to be smarter, and I'm going to need them to show me that he's in this game and knows what the fuck he's doing. Like, all these people are giving him nuggets of wisdom and shit, and he is just not listening. He has been in the midst of some shit with motherfucking Lenny and Carvel, and you still ain't doing shit. Like, I just really need him to get it together. So when we see Franklin, Kevin, and Leon going up to Claudia's. You know, because Franklin did learn his lesson that, hey, I need to take somebody with me. But Leon and what's the fuck is that? Kevin are fucking like clowns, like kids, like stupid, like don't know shit, like might be a little more hood than Franklin, but a lot more childish than him. They don't have the business savvy that he may have. They got a little, very little more street smarts than Franklin, but not by much. Franklin is going to have that shit sewn up. I'm really rooting for him to know that he's going to be doing a lot better, thinking a lot quicker, a lot smarter. So they see how fine Claudia is. And baby is beautiful, right? She's an older woman to them, and she is beautiful, and they're making banter or whatever. Claudia comes up, and she's all like, what's up, young blood? I thought you was about your business, and you bring these clowns with you. So Leon gets upset, and so does Kevin, and calls her old bitch or whatever the fucking goes away. You know, she ain't fazed by that because she will shoot they motherfucking asses and not feel nothing about it. Like, that Claudia is a boss bitch, okay? So she goes in the back and she sits on the table with her leg out, and you see Franklin checking her out. Like, okay. So Franklin pulls out 4 keys. She's all like, nah, young blood, I only want 2. I'm not in the drug game. I'm in the entertainment. He's all like, do you know anybody else? And she was like, you ain't learned your lesson yet? from Lenny and Ray Ray, you operate around here, you gonna get fireworks again. Oh, and then she tells him, you can't trust nobody in this game. Like, I hate the noises that associate with my outside. That's a fucking bus. Is it that time already? It is. For the kids to be dropped off and shit, that's exactly what that bus is. So anyway, on the residential street. So, yeah, I digress. So, listen. So, she looks at him, gives him the money for the product, and she sees him checking her out, and she's all, when you ready to learn something, when you ready for me to teach you something, come through, I got you. Until then, get the fuck up out my place of business, I got shit to do. So he leaves, right? He leaves, they got the money, they go home. Here is where I am fucking perturbed. We see the reappearance of fucking Lenny, of all people, and Ray Ray. Lenny and Ray, every time I think of a Ray, I think Ray Ray and Pookie them. We see Lenny and Ray Ray. And Lenny looks like regular Lenny. Ray Ray is all like, listen, Lenny sees them all. Look, here we go. Three Stooges, pulls out his gun, cocks the shit. And Ray Ray is all like, man, maybe we should let them go. We robbed them. They robbed us back. It's just going to be a cycle. We don't want that retaliation. Shit. Lenny is all like, they broke into my house, hit me with a bat, broke me down, and I'm supposed to let it go? Yeah. You got fucked in the ass. You got sodomized, Lenny. I probably wouldn't have let that shit go either. Even though you know it wasn't Franklin, Carvel was associated with Franklin. You know goddamn well, G-O-T damn well, that you ain't gonna let that go. Your motherfucking pride is broken. And you cannot fucking tell Ray Ray that you was sodomized by a nigga. You cannot, you will not, and you want revenge. I'm sure you would want revenge too if you lived in that life. Baby, because I'm telling you the truth, I know I would want revenge. Franklin's saving grace was Andre, the police officer, Melanie's dad, that seen them chilling in the car, knocked on the window, made them get on going. But here's where I have a problem. You know, Franklin, you need to be more aware of your surroundings. You all joking around like you still in high school, like you ain't really in the business that you in. These niggas now know where you live. Lenny sees you open the door with the keys. You have now put your life and your mother's life in jeopardy because you weren't observant of your surroundings. I mean, even as a regular lay person go every day to work every day, I know to be aware of my surroundings. Not to drive the same route every day because motherfuckers follow you. Stalkers are real. I know that when you get out the car, or when you're getting into the car, that you need to survey the area. Like, I know that, Franklin. Like, come on, dude. So then we see Franklin talking with Jerome. He gives Jerome the money for the gun that he had gotten from him. And then he wants to know why he doesn't want to be part of the coke business. And Jerome breaks it down to him. For the most part, I don't want anything to do with the Mexicans. It's bad blood. 2, you're going to go to jail. The police is looking to put you in jail. 3, the color of our skin does not allow us to be able to go into the environment where that's being sold, where white people are. He ends up taking him to his homeboy, Nee. And Nee explains to him, gives him this whole history lesson and some shit, and then explains to him why he got out the game. He got his nut shot off and went straight and narrow after that. But that wasn't enough for Franklin. Jerome had took him there, but he went back on his own to get the address of where the Mexicans were, okay? He goes back to get the address where the Mexicans are, and Nee says, I'll give it to you for $1,000. The wisdom I just dropped on you, that you too young, you not grown enough to receive, was free. But this gonna cost you $1,000. This little paper with the address gonna cost you $1,000, and pretty much possibly your life. So we see Franklin pull up at the Mexican. Oh, no. Back up. Franklin goes home. He's got snacks. He's feeling good. He tells, hey, Ma, I got these snacks for you. Can I drive your car? You know it's an agenda when your kid wants to use your car. I think about my own kid. It's always a fucking agenda. They always want something when they come with something. Franklin drives his green ass over to the Mexican's house, okay? The Mexican gangster's headquarters. Like, he pulls up, he sees it from down the street, he calls himself pulling up a little further back. He's so green. I mean, because if you know anything about the hood and anything about gangsters, gangbangers, whatever, drug cartels, whatever you call them, you know that they aren't just centered in that one space. He's so just not up on enough and hasn't asked the right questions to the right people to cover himself. He's under the impression that he knows everything. Well, he pulls up, trying to get the nerve to get out the car, and they meet him at the car. Hey, vato. Hey, homie. You lost? You looking for somebody? Who you looking for? What's up? I told y'all the brown and the black back then. There was no mixing. There was no racial equality. We weren't holding hands, singing songs together. No. It was a big-ass issue, a big-ass war in prisons, on the street. It didn't matter. They was killing black people on sight. We was killing Mexicans on sight. Like, I'm just gonna be honest. If y'all know anything about the LA scene, that is exactly what was going on. It was no holds barred on sight. You killed him. I mean, I remember catching the bus and having to catch the bus far, and my uncle's like, be safe because you got to go through blah, blah, blah. I really wish you wouldn't go over that way, but it was the only way to get from, you know, point A to point B. Anyway, I digress. So he pulls up. Like I said, they tap on the window, ask him if he's lost. He ain't really too stupid. He cracks the window just enough. And he was like, oh, no, I think I'm lost. I don't want anything. I think I'm lost, you know, and tries to leave. He was like, you know, I'm just going to be on my way. I'm going to go, you know, and, you know, it appears that they're going to let him go. It really appears. It seems that way. It looks that way. Like maybe, possibly they're going to let him go. But they break that motherfucking window and snatch him up out the car. Like, boom, bam, you're out. They start saying, what do you want? And he's now green, yelling it. I'm just trying to sell my product. I just want you to see my product. See if you were interested in my product. Like, he's yelling it at the top of his lungs as he's getting hit in the ribs and the, you know, just he's getting fucked up in the middle of the street. Like, he really don't think things through. And you would think that he would have brought Kevin and Leon with him, but, ooh, we got to talk about them. We'll go back. But you would think that he would have brought them with him, but then that wouldn't have been good because they probably all would have got killed on sight. So he's trying to plead his case. They're about to shoot him dead in the street, but one of the gang members sees the kids, and he was like, not right here, that's my goddaughter, take him in the house. Well, as we see him going through this, we first see Lucia walking out down the stairs, right? I'm telling you, y'all, I'm telling you, it's intertwining. We see Lucia walking down the stairs. There she is. Really minding her own business after that fucking ordeal that just happened with her. She's all like, I got to get the fuck up out of here. We made the deal. Let's talk protocol. I'm out this bitch. Well, lucky for Franklin, out comes Oso. Oso hears him saying, you know, I'm just trying to sell my product. I don't want anything. I'm just trying to sell my product. Oso takes a second look and realizes that Franklin is one of his fans from his wrestling days. And he yells to them, Adelaide, homeboy, Adelaide, you know, stop. And, you know, the guy's like, this ain't none of your fucking business. Who is this to you? He's like, he's with me. Does he got a gun? He ain't got no gun. You know, the Mexicans are all like, oh, he's probably here to shoot us. This mayata, which is really like nigger, you know, in Spanish. I don't really know what it means, but that's what it equates to. This mayata is in the way. Y'all tell me what mayata means if you know the exact translation of mayata, but we know that it's derogatory, right? So he's like, he don't have no gun, you know, let him go. And he was like, this ain't none of your business. He's like, I just did some business with Stomper. You know, he's speaking in Spanish. I'm reading the subtitles as fast as they coming up. And they look up and they see Stomper, and Stomper's all like, let him go. You know what I'm saying? Like, he said he with him, let him go. So also just saved Franklin's motherfucking life. Like, Franklin, you just, Whew, you are not using the God-given sense that you have. We know you've got common sense. We know that you are actually very brilliant in the mind, but you are not thinking this shit through. It is pissing me off to no end that he is so fucking just green, Anyway, so he has a conversation with Oso in the street, tells Oso, thank you. Oso's like, get out of here. Vamos, whatever. Get out of here really, fast. Like, andale, hombre, andale. Like, get the fuck up out of here before they change their mind. Franklin turns around and says, hey, I'm Franklin. Shakes his hand. Oso says, also, I don't remember if he said his name or not because, of course, he knew who he was. If you ever need anything, holla at me. Nigga, really? Get your ass up out of there. Get your pussy ass up out. Franklin, get the fuck up out of there. And then you hear Lucia say, isn't he one of your fans? Yes, he is. Lucia remembers him from that night at the match. Oso knows who he is. Franklin knows who Oso is. So let's see where that ends up. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what happens next episode. I believe that Avi is going to be out of the picture, and Lucia, Pedro, and Oso are going to be they are going to be Franklin's new distributor. He won't go to Oso, which means the price changes. You see what I'm saying? The price changes. There's a significant increase. Anyway, so there's a few things. I want to know what you think. What do you think about the Teddy Alejandro situation? Now that Teddy is finally starting to trust Alejandro, Alejandro has now presented a new problem. He killed them two bitches that they was partying with that saw the other agents overdose on the coke. So what do you think is going to happen with their relationship? What do you think is going to happen with that scenario? Do you think that's going to cause an issue with the drug trafficking, that because they're searching for this young lady, that they are going to end up linking it to Alejandro, who links it up to Teddy, who has to fix up the shit? Where do you think that goes? How about Oso and Lucia? As you see, Pedro was nowhere to fucking be found, which means next episode he is gonna be a big ass bitch ass nigga. Like, for real, he's a man. He is a bitch ass nigga, and he's going to make it evident in this next episode. I think this is just my predictions. But aren't you ready to see Oso and Lucia get it? Like, let's stop with the tension. Let's go ahead and have relations. Let us see it, right? And then that whole Oso and Franklin ordeal. When do you think that they are going to connect? What do you think about that? Then lastly, Franklin and fucking Kevin and Leon. Kevin and Leon, first off. Franklin is so green. When are they going to show him to get some good street smarts? And then, which one of them is going to be hooked on that shit? Is it going to be Melanie? Is she going to get hooked because she wanted to try it? How about Leon? How about Kevin? I think Kevin is going to be the one hooked, and Melanie may also be the one hooked, and it ends up coming to bite him in the ass since her dad is a officer. Tell me what you think. What did I miss? Tell me. Let's talk about it in the comments below. Tell me what you think. Family, look at other people's comments and have a dialogue with them too. We are all ray of sunshine, shining brightly together. Thank you so much for watching my review of Snowfall, Season 1, Episode number 6. Yeah, hugs and kisses and lots of love. I will see you on the next video.